If you're struggling to find the right keywords to get traffic to your website, this quite possibly could be the most important video you watch on advanced keyword research. And it all starts with this. But first, I have a confession to make. You see, I didn't go to college, and I barely graduated high school. When I was in high school, I actually got failed out of algebra because I couldn't show my work. I got the answer right, but I couldn't tell you how I got it. And a couple days ago, when I started learning about these shapes, I thought I was pretty smart. And I went to show my kids all about this brand new shape called a tesseract. They looked up at me pretty unamused because they learned about this several years ago in geometry class. But since I only got to algebra, I didn't know about this stuff. And in my last video, I talked about what it would be like to be a two-dimensional character trying to understand a three-dimensional object. Yeah, it's pretty much impossible. For you and me in the third dimension, we see something that looks like a ball, but in the second dimension, it looks like a bunch of lines. And for us in the third dimension, trying to understand the fourth dimension is equally as impossible. Oh, we can make guesses and we can try to understand it, but it's just enough out of our reach to where it doesn't make sense and boggles our mind. And that is where our tesseract comes into play. The tesseract is a 3D representation of what a shape would look like in the fourth dimension. Yeah, that's all fine and good, Marcus, but what the heck does a tesseract have to do with finding non-competitive keywords to get traffic to my website? Well, it's actually pretty simple. When most people try to do keyword research, they see a box that looks like this. They don't see anything inside the box, behind the box, or let alone the fourth dimension of the box. So if they're going for a keyword like mortgage, they're going to think one-dimensionally. They're going to think mortgage, mortgage offers, mortgage refinance, mortgage rates, and everything related to mortgage. Which is pretty much what everyone else is doing, which is why these keywords are super competitive and limited on traffic. And in this video, I'm going to teach you how to look at keyword research in the fourth dimension. That's right, I'm going to show you 3 hacks that are going to show you how to look beyond what other people are doing and find keywords that are so non-competitive, your head will spin. Not to mention, the amount of traffic available is going to go through the roof. But in order to understand this as a whole, you need to watch this entire video. That's right, most people are going to watch and get bored and give up. Which means they're going to miss out and you'll be able to get the keywords they don't even know exist. So let's fire up my keyword tools and show you my 3 killer keyword hacks for finding non-competitive keywords with even more traffic than the competitive ones. Understanding one-dimensional keyword research is actually pretty simple. Using our Ahrefs tool, or whatever your favorite keyword tool is, we're going to start with our root keyword, something like mortgage. Now what you're going to see is that the competition is pretty high, and the keyword volume, the actual amount of people who search it up, starts to taper off quite a bit, and even on the first page, we don't have anything that's non-competitive that we could tackle with a new site, which means this keyword's pretty difficult at first glance on the first dimension. Now, we could go through and we could type something in like gardening. Maybe we're starting a gardening website. And we could see there's like gardening and gardening square foot and direct gardening and all kinds of things like that, including gardening games and different things of that nature. And there are some non-competitive keywords, but just looking at this list, you're not going to scratch the surface of what we're about to discover in the fourth dimension. But you could see there's some good keywords here, something like lasagna gardening. What the heck is lasagna gardening? Okay, we'll skip that one. Or let's say we want to market a product like ClickFunnels. This shows an example of how this works best. You could see using the one-dimensional tactic of typing ClickFunnels in here, we could see ClickFunnels by itself gets 102,000 searches a month. But then it tapers off drastically when we get to the low competition keywords, with some of these only coming in at like 700 or a couple hundred searches a month, which limits us. And again, the competition is pretty crazy on this keyword. So you would look at these three niches at a glance and say, Marcus, it's too competitive. There's no way for the little guy like me to get in there and start getting traffic and making money. But that is where you'd be wrong. Again, because you're looking at this in the first dimension. Now, the second type of keyword research in the second dimension is going for long tail keywords and looking at some of the different keywords that are in your niche. So if you're looking at gardening, maybe you could look at like box gardening or plant gardening or vegetable gardening. Or you could go through and do what we call long tail keywords by doing the word count of like 4 or more, and you'll see some of the long tail keywords like how to plant a rosebud plant in February or something like that. Or in this case, we might go for like mortgages or whatever it is, and we can isolate this by a minimum of 4 and like a maximum of 10 or something like that. And it's going to give you some of the long tail keywords like 30-year mortgage rate. But again, we're seeing that this is pretty competitive, which knocks most of us out of the game because, you know, with a new site, you need something of like 10 or less on Ahrefs keyword tool. And we see here, even the long tail stuff is pretty competitive. Now, if we do this for gardening, it might be a little bit different. We could go through and do a word count of 4 to like whatever, unlimited, and we could see that some of the words actually do show up. So like back to Eden gardening or square foot gardening or what gardening zone am I in? But again, you know, some of the stuff that's like really long, which is not really the type of traffic we want, is, you know, non-competitive, but a lot of the other stuff is pretty competitive. All right, we are getting some different things we can look at, but again, it's not ideal and it's not thinking outside the box or outside the tesseract, as it were. Now, we could do the same thing on our ClickFunnels keyword and say, hey, we want a keyword count of 4 or more, and we're going to see all kinds of different things here. We start off with 700 searches a month, and then it tapers drastically, going down to like 40 and 30 and even 10 searches a month, which means you're not going to get any traffic. Now, in the second dimension, you could get a little creative and put something like ClickFunnels versus, and you could see like ClickFunnels versus lead pages and stuff like that, which will give you some good keywords that you can use. But again, it's not going to give you the whole picture if you want to make some serious money doing this stuff. Disclaimer, most people will not make serious money. It'll probably be funny money, considering the fact that most people trying to make money online end up making nothing. So we could see here that using second dimension is a way to find keywords, but again, you're going to be pretty limited, and since the other competition is doing this exact same thing, you're going to find out that it's going to get more and more competitive as time goes on. This is where it starts to get interesting. Using 3D keyword research, we're going to have to use our brain a little bit, which means we're going to do a little bit of thinking outside the box that other people don't think about, which is going to give us lots of keywords that other people don't go for, which is going to put us in a world of competition that we can pretty much own. So what we're going to do here is we are going to take a look outside the box at what people are doing in our niche. Now, I want you to remember that people search for things on Google and other search engines because they're interested in a topic. For example, I didn't wake up today and search for adjustable rate mortgage because I'm not interested in mortgages today. However, some people did search for that. And some people search for different tax forms and different ways to get rid of things and different types of stuff. And these people are looking for this because they want to get into your niche. Now, while these people might not be directly searching for like ClickFunnels or mortgage or refinance or some kind of gardening tool, they're still interested in your niche, and that could be very valuable traffic. Hint, this traffic can actually be more valuable than the direct, obvious keywords because the obvious keywords are, well, obvious. They're not really problem solution driven. And when we go out there, what we're going to do is we're going to look at our niche and we are going to look for the glossary method. Now, the glossary method is a method that I came up with where we go out there and we find glossaries within our niche. So if you're in like the Forex market, you can find a Forex glossary. If you're in the mortgage market, you could do some research and find a mortgage glossary. If you're going for ClickFunnels, yeah, they even have a glossary. Or gardening, or whatever it is. So we're going to go out there to our search engine, and we are going to type something in like gardening glossary. And what this is going to do is it's going to pull up some websites that did glossaries based on different terms for the gardening niche. Or if you're looking for ClickFunnels, you could do ClickFunnels glossary or web hosting glossary or whatever it is. And using these glossaries, what you want to do is put together a master list of the keywords that make sense to you. Some of the words might be off the beaten path, but most of them will be pretty good, and you could put together a list right like this in a text file. Once you take that text file, you can copy the keyword list, and you could put that right into your keyword tool, right like this, and hit search. What this is going to do is it's going to take the glossary. Now, I want you to take a look at this because the results are drastic. So if we go out there and we look at the ClickFunnels keywords, right? We're just going to do ClickFunnels like this. I want you to notice that most keywords are pretty competitive. There's over 21,000 keywords in this graph here, or this chart here, and there's only 159,000 searches a month. So again, when I say you're limited, yes, you are limited to 169,000 searches a month that all the other marketers are going for the exact same thing. Now, when we use our glossary method, you are going to see there's only 45 keywords because I was lazy and I didn't do the whole list because I'm not actually using this market. But we could see with these 45 keywords alone, there's over 1.1 million search volume. And when we scroll down, the competition starts to dwindle pretty good, and we could see lots and lots of keywords that people are interested in that would be interested in this product or service or whatever it is we're marketing. And it's very simple. Now, we can do this for literally anything, and all we have to do is go out there and find out what people are doing and find out what they're searching for, what the glossary is about. For example, if I take some words from the plant gardening glossary, right like this, you put it right in here and see exactly what there is. And again, this is an abbreviated list of only 12 keywords, but we got 161,000 searches a month, and lots of them are pretty non-competitive. And the more research you do, the more you understand about your market, the better you're going to get. Here's another little tip that kind of borders on the 4D world, but not quite yet there, which is going through and finding all the lists of all the tax forms. So let's say you're promoting something for like taxes or whatever it is. You can actually type the entire list of tax forms in here like this, hit search, and you're going to see there's a lot of people searching for this stuff right here, and the competition is pretty much non-existent. And all you got to do is find an offer that fits the tax form, teach them how to use the tax form, promote your offers, and make money. It's actually extremely simple, and this can be done in literally any niche. Let's try another one. How about mortgages? That's a pretty competitive market. Let's type in a small sample of our keywords we found using the glossary method. We could see there's lots of traffic here, and some of these are pretty non-competitive. Now, in the fourth dimension, we're going to learn even more about this, but I want you to understand that the glossary method alone is a great way to go about finding keywords that other marketers don't know exist. And you got to pay attention to why someone would type this in. They're probably typing in prepayment penalty to see if their loan has a prepayment penalty or to see if their new one has that penalty as well, or negative amortization, or good faith estimate, or what are these junk fees, or whatever it is. The more and more deeper you dive into your keywords and your market, the more you're going to understand them, and the more you're going to find the gold. And sometimes using a keyword like this could be like making a living. There are people that are making a lot of money with these keywords when they do it in the right way. But most marketers don't know they exist because they're still working in a 1D world. And now, it's time to transcend it and go into the fourth dimension. Now, in the fourth dimension, what we're going to do is we are going to compound on what we did in the first few dimensions, right? So we're going to look at basic research. We're going to look at our glossary method. We're going to look at our competitors. And we're going to go through and compile this. Now, what we want to do is we want to take our keywords that we found in our first methods and search for them and see what comes up. Because chances are, people that are looking for like a customer avatar are probably teaching stuff about how to get business and things like that. So if we go through, what we're going to do is we're going to try to find 2 or 3 different good sites in these niches that are working pretty good. So we're going to find 2 to 3 different sites that are smaller sites, right? So if I'm going in a health niche, I don't want like healthline.com or eHealth or something like that. I want something more specific and smaller to my niche. Very important. So we're going to go out there and I'm going to see like Viral Solutions or maybe Digital Marketer. This could be a good one to use, or maybe even Einstein Marketer, or maybe even digitalmarketing.org. All these would be really, really good to use. And what we're going to see here is that these sites actually get quite a bit of traffic. So if we search these by volume, we can see all kinds of keywords that are related to marketing online that we wouldn't even have known existed. And this could be super powerful when finding keywords that you want to rank for. So we could see here all kinds of keywords that this guy ranks for, like customer avatar worksheet, that would be perfect, or digital marketing PDF, or all kinds of other keywords that are here that we could get pretty easily. Now, one of the other things we can do is we could actually go through and isolate this and say, hey, I only want ones that have a KD or keyword difficulty of 10 or less. And I can go through and find the stuff that has 10 or less, like quiz funnels, headline swipe file, and all kinds of stuff there that we could get lots of traffic for, and this works like a charm. And the key is, in going into the 4th dimension, going through and focusing on building on what you did before. Now, this gets really interesting when we start to get into reviews and other stuff like that, because a lot of the other marketers have gone through and done the research for you. So, if we go out there and we go to Google and do something like gardening reviews, we can see that there's all kinds of people that are ranking for gardening reviews, and all I have to do is take one of these sites, put it into my keyword tool, and I'm going to get a load of keywords that I could use that are non-competitive, that have lots of products that I can rank for, or keywords that I wouldn't have thought of, and it's actually pretty easy. We could see for this one here, there's all kinds of stuff like cordless pressure washer, shears, shovels, and all kinds of things. Like you even get down here and see reviews of specific types of products that are very unique to the gardening industry. And we're going to go through and find all kinds of stuff like this. We can even do this for like ClickBank review and find people that are reviewing different ClickBank products. We could see here all kinds of traffic looking at different ClickBank things, different reviews, all kinds of stuff that you could use that's ripe for the picking, low competition, and super easy to get in front of these people and start making money. Again, the key is in compounding on what you did before. Take your glossary method, take your basic method, take all the stuff that you've done so far, type it in Google, see who's ranking, do the reverse research of who's already ranking, and you'll have keywords to last you a lifetime. For example, here's a keyword that I rank for, Newegg affiliate program, and it's new, so we rank on the 2nd page. I just went after this one, but I want to show you how I found this keyword. I actually went out there and searched for different affiliate programs and things like that. Now you're going to notice that if you type in affiliate marketing in the keyword tool, it's super, super difficult and the keywords taper off, and there's not a whole lot of stuff that you could get that's low competition and really fits what we're trying to do. Everything's pretty competitive. However, if I take one of the sites that's ranking for something like Newegg affiliate program, chances are these people did the same thing for tons of other affiliate programs. And by doing a search report, I could find BarkBox affiliate, gardening affiliate, football affiliate, and on we go. It seems like it never ends. And this is all traffic I can make money with. Say you want to do something for like GrooveFunnels or funnel hacking or ClickFunnels or whatever it is, look at all this traffic that this guy found for us in a super easy way. And a lot of it's non-competitive. And the secret to making this work is to find sites that are not that competitive, because they're going to be comparable to your new site, and you'll be able to rank really, really easily finding the keywords that are out there. So what you want to do is start being multidimensional. Start here with your basic keywords. Then you're going to branch out and find out the glossary words, different types of review products, different types of stuff like that. That's going to be the 2nd dimension here, right? That's going to go into the good stuff. Then you're going to go into the 3rd dimension, which is going out there and actually getting the keywords from your glossary method and all different things like that, different review products. And then in your fourth dimension, you're going to put all this together and do comparative reports on sites that are already ranking. And again, it's very important to remember to go for the websites that are ranking that are smaller. You don't want big sites. That's going to waste your time. It's going to find you keywords that are too competitive. So if you do this, you will be very happy and you will find lots of keywords. And I got one question for you. Did I earn your subscription? If I did, subscribe, smash the like button. And if you want to learn more about this stuff, go to blogprofitnetwork.com. In my course at Blog Profit Network, that's super inexpensive, I just loaded over 4 hours of keyword research videos that go deep into this method on tons of different niches that you can use to start making money online. In addition to that, you get plugins, you get tools, and you can join me live every Tuesday, live training, where I rip apart your sites, go into your niches, and help you learn exactly what you need to do to start making money online. Thanks again for watching, and check out the next video about my favorite keyword hacks.